Book 38, Leaving Home. Liz wants to go to a Swiss boarding school, and Jessica and Stephen are fucking up the application process as much as they can without getting caught. Meanwhile, I can't help fantasizing about the reign of terror that Jessica could get up to without Liz there to hose her off now and then. That's fun. Enid and Jeffrey are really sad that Liz wants to leave, but they want her to be happy. So they're working on a secret farewell gift for her, which is a scrapbook they're making. So they're scampering off alone together to get that done. And Liz finds out they're spending time together. Now, she's afraid that they're getting it on. And if they're not getting it on now, they will when she leaves. Have some trust, Liz. Now, there's a funny little detail in there about Enid not liking the glue they're using on the scrapbook. So she runs off to the store to get a different type of glue. And I'm like, that's such a weird detail. Why are you putting that in there? Unless you want me to say that Enid likes sniffing the other glue better. Anyway, by the end of the book, Liz finds out what Jessica and Stephen are doing. And the school is sort of like, that's what's going on. So you're great then. Your family will go to any length to keep you. You can come to the school. But Liz says, no, I think I want to stay put now. These are the best years of my life, and I want to be with my twin, my home, my family, my friends, my boyfriend. I want to finish school here. So everybody stays put, and I'm not sure that anyone learned anything. Book 39, Secret Admirer. When the school paper introduces personal ads, Jessica and Lila compete to find the best date, but they've been strung along by the same guy who is using the ads to run a sociological experiment. But that's just the subplot for this book. The book is really about Penny, the editor of the paper, who places an anonymous ad looking for love, in which she humorously describes herself as hunchbacked and hook-nosed. I mean, she's not, but a bunch of dumb guys take it literally, and they think this girl's going to be a loser and ugly, and they want to string her along. So there's a bit of back and forth in the personals at talking to each other, and no one knows who each other is. So the bunch of guys decide to put forward one of their best jocks, and it's going to be Neil, and he is actually secretly amused by Penny's ads and thinks she's got a bit of wit to her, a bit more depth than the girls around, and he's actually genuinely interested in her. So it's one of these situations where you stand outside of the shop and you wait at this time and you find out who each other are, and when he finds out it's her, he's not disappointed. Actually, he's really into her. So eventually, in spite of some hurt feelings for a little while and some messing around, they overcome everything, and they become the newest couple at Sweet Valley High. And you go, you hunchback. Book 40, On the Edge. Trigger warning for drug use and drug-related fatality. That horrible Amy Sutton is stealing Bruce Patman clean away from the lovely Regina. Now, the only laugh I got in the whole book was Bruce Patman saying, "I'd kind of forgotten how fun it is to spread the wealth, to share the old Bruce magic with more than one girl." So Regina makes a new friend who introduces her to the dangerous world of drugs and parties, and is at a party at this undesirable side of town that she is goaded into trying cocaine and succumbs of a massive heart attack her first time out. And it's tragically sad that someone died in Sweet Valley. Someone young, someone we love died in Sweet Valley. Now, we do suffer through a maudlin poem at her memorial at the school assembly. Oh, don't read that one twice. Book 41, Outcast. When a princess like Regina Morrow dies at your party, things are bound to get rough for you at Sweet Valley High, and Molly Hecht will pay. Harsh treatment drives her straight into the arms of the criminal drug dealer Buzz, who's a bit of a maniac. Now, he convinces Molly to run away with him, but it's really just so he can get all his hands on her college money and leave her for dead. So, Liz and Justin Belson actually rescue Molly from the knife-wielding Buzz and persuade her to return to the bosom of Sweet Valley High, and she applies herself to her schoolwork, and it seems like she's set to apply for the scholarship that Jessica is setting up in Regina's name. Now, I don't know that Jessica's going to be so keen on that, but I think Angel Regina would give her her blessing, because Regina was so sweet and very forgiving, and I think she'll be all about second chances. Book 42, Caught in the Middle. Sandra Bacon is in love with Manuel Lopez, but Mama and Papa Bacon are prejudiced against Mexicans, so they're keeping it on the down low. Now, Liz goes boating with Sandra so that Manuel can come along, and they don't tell Sandra's parents that he's there. But the boat explodes, wouldn't you know it? And Sandra's unconscious, and Manuel drags her to shore, and they do CPR, and she revives, and help is converging. So she tells him to scamper off because she doesn't want her parents to find out about him. So as per her wishes, he runs away, and Liz gets the credit for saving Sandra. It's in all the papers, and Liz is really uncomfortable in the hero role. So a few days later, Manuel is being raked over the coals by the police because they're investigating what caused this terrible boat accident. And someone said that they saw someone fitting his description near the boat. And so the police think that this Mexican kid has tampered with the engine, and he's in some pretty serious shit. So Sandra's brought down to the station, and the police say, "What's going on?" And she says, "I've never seen him before." Oh my God, Sandra! You bitch! That's pretty bad, Sandra. Now, she leaves him hanging for an uncomfortable amount of time before eventually she comes clean to her parents, and everything comes out, and they feel a little bit better about Manuel because he was so responsible as to save their daughter's life, and so that's okay now. And miraculously, Manuel forgives Sandra. I mean, so forgiving that they rush straight off to Miller's Point, which is the local lovers lane. That's pretty friggin' forgiving. I wouldn't be inclined to be so quick with that, but good on you, Manuel. And that's the end of another Sweet Valley High book. Book 43, Hard Choices. Enid's widowed grandmother moves into the Rowlands' home and immediately begins alienating her daughter and granddaughter from all the significant people in their lives. Enid's mum has a boyfriend. Oh no, drive a wedge in there. Drive a wedge in between Enid and her friends. Make sure Enid is too busy serving you hand and foot all the time. Oh, I don't feel well, I need you, Enid. And it's not that I don't have pity for the elderly, but you really need to see this woman. She is beyond. But it's still a shock when Enid screams at her, "Shut up, Nana, I hate you!" Which she has never even managed to do to Jessica. And Jessica has had that coming from Enid for a very long time. But that led me to realise that Nana is just geriatric Jessica. So, but eventually, things get rolling at the Rowland house, and Nana realizes that she actually is a strong woman and she can stand on her own 2 feet, and she wants to be near her daughter and granddaughter, but not in their house. So she's going to find somewhere that she can live independently, and that is a happy ending, and they bond over cooking ginger snaps in the kitchen, and we know that that's going to be just fine. And that left me with enough time to make this nifty age progression for Jessica. Take a look. Book 44, Pretenses. Jessica is on a tear again about her friend Cara being too young to be committed to just one guy, even if that is her brother Stephen, who she loves, and she actually pushed them to get together in the first place. But this is not the first time she's tried to break them up, and she's causing some little fractures in their relationship that they don't know stem from her, but she's chipping away at it. Now, into this mess, Elizabeth brings home a new friend named Abby, who is described as demurely pretty with a well-modulated voice. I kid you not, those are the thoughts that Liz has about her friend, and I don't even know what that means, but I should probably get myself a well-modulated voice. So, Abby clearly takes a shine to Stephen and is flirty with him at every opportunity, and Stephen magically starts receiving these mysterious unsigned love letters, and so eventually people start thinking they're from Abby. Jessica's pretty miffed about that, because how dare she try and break up her friend's relationship that she was trying to do, but now that someone else is trying to do it, we must put a stop to that immediately, because Jessica is nothing if she is not the queen of hypocrisy. So eventually all the Wakefields confront Abby and say, yeah, we don't like it, that we don't like that you're sending these letters. And it wasn't her, they were from Cara. And how Steve got into college without being able to recognize his own girlfriend's handwriting, I don't know, but he's not that bright. So I'm not even sure what he's studying. So anyway, Abby forgives them. They make lemonade. And Cara and Stephen are just peachy again. And Jesse's is going to leave them alone for a little while. We'll see how long that lasts.